Prince Mashara said that South Africa is going to go into the coalition government, but the people of this country must prepare themselves for chaos that's about to come, maybe for 5 or 10 years, because the political parties that we have in South Africa, they are not mature enough for these kind of talks. They are not mature enough for this kind of governance.
The 360 experience with Thomas M.
So the war between Patriotic Alliance and the DA rages on as people are trying to connect the dots and understand why is there so much animosity between these two political parties. I mean, looking at South Africa today, you would think that the political parties in South Africa, they would say, guys, as much as we hate each other, let's come together and just get rid of the African National Congress and see how we're going to move the country forward. But there seems to be a lot of animosity between the DA and Patriotic Alliance. I mean, you remember, guys, a couple of months ago, Gayton, McKenzie, the leader of Patriotic Alliance, came out and saying that it is so funny to see the members of the multi-party going around and saying that they will never work with African National Congress. I mean, you know, this is one of the most famous quotes by Hemini Mashaba, that he will never work with African National Congress. If Action SA wishes to go into coalition with African National Congress, Hemini Mashaba is the leader of the party. He will step down because he wants nothing to do with the ANC. So Gayton McKenzie came out and said that the members of multi-party are talking about never working with African National Congress, but he went on to accuse Helen Zille of having private conversations with the top brass of the ANC and concocting a possible coalition of the ANC and DA after 2024 elections. Gayton McKenzie said that Helen Zille is having all of these conversations behind the backs of the Moon-Pact partners, and DA also fired back at Patriotic Alliance, saying that, man, you are not to be trusted. You are talking bad about the Democratic Alliance, but you are working with African National Congress at every single turn. You are making it look like Democratic Alliance is the problem, whereas the Democratic Alliance, it is not the governing party in the South Africa, but you are helping the African National Congress, the same governing party that is destroying people's lives in the country. So you have no problem with helping the ANC to destroy people's lives when you are talking bad about the Democratic Alliance. So guys, recently, the Daily Maverick had the big debate where they invited the leaders of various political parties. IFP was there, ANC was there, Democratic Alliance was there, Patriotic Alliance was there. And on this conversation, you will see John Steeunhuisen, the leader of the DA, talking about this relationship of theirs with the Patriotic Alliance. And Gayton McKenzie is going to respond to John Steeunhuisen about this toxic relationship of theirs. So guys, I want you to watch the exchange and I want you to make up your own mind and tell me, what do you think in the comment section? Because I personally don't think that these two political parties are honestly being transparent with South Africans. I think there is something that is happening behind the scenes, and now they are covering up everything that is happening with all these petty accusations. I don't think that DA and Patriotic Alliance are simply being transparent with the people of South Africa. So guys, let's watch this fiery exchange, man. It was hot.
I think you know that. John Steeunhuisen. I just want to say, there's no point me re-prosecuting the past in Joburg with Herman. We're working together in the multi-party charter to build a future for South Africa. Maya Angelou famously said, when somebody shows you they are the first time, believe them. We haven't been stabbed in the back once. We've been stabbed in the back 8 times by the Patriotic Alliance. This is the same party. This is the same party that's keeping the ANC and EFF in power in Knysna, where there's a body floating around in the reservoir for 2 weeks. This is the same PA that is keeping the ANC and others in power in Nelson Mandela Bay. This is the same PA that they said that they were going to turn Beaufort West into the Dubai in the desert and raised all this money in Joburg. Well, it looks more like the desert in Dubai to me when the last time I was there.
Right.
This is the same PA who says that they will be sold out to the highest bidder. Gayton has said it in meetings. If I come to the meeting and somebody makes me a better offer, I will go there. We learned in 2016 in Johannesburg, you cannot do deals with people who don't share your values and principles, and you cannot trust to go the distance with him. Unlike Herman, I trust with me, I trust Herman. I trust Velenkosi Stabisa.
He doesn't trust you.
Which is why I put
He doesn't trust you.
I don't trust. Well, I don't trust you.
He's a smart man. Can I answer?
Sorry, I'd like to finish my point.
I have to answer him.
I'd like to finish my point.
Yeah, I'm going to let John Steeunhuisen finish
quickly.
I'd like to finish my point.
I mean, can you imagine how the conversations will be like if South Africa goes into these coalitions, man? If these people cannot even conduct themselves like adults in front of the people, can you imagine what will happen if these people, man, go into coalition, man? I mean, like, I honestly don't think that South Africa is ready for the coalition government. Guys, what do you think? Do you think that we as South Africans, we are ready for the coalition government? Are we ready for what's about to come with the coalition government? Are the political parties that we have in South Africa mature enough to deliver us into the proper coalition government? Or are we simply going to see the chaos for the next 5 years? You remember, who's this name? Prince Mashele said that South Africa is going to go into the coalition government, but the people of this country must prepare themselves for chaos that's about to come, maybe for 5 or 10 years, because the political parties that we have in South Africa, they are not mature enough for these kind of talks. They are not mature enough for this kind of governance.
Point, if I may, I'd like to finish my point. My point is simply this. This party, his approach is, these are our principles. If you don't like them, we've got others. And they're for sale to the highest bidder. You cannot have a lasting coalition. You cannot have a lasting coalition if while you're trying to govern, you're looking over your back because somebody with a bigger checkbook is coming around the corner offering to write a bigger check. That is not stability, and I don't want to be part of it. And let me just be very clear as well. It wasn't only the DA that said no to Gayton. It was also Dr. Peter Groenewald of the Freedom Front and Neil de Beer of the UIM, who said they did not want to be in a coalition with Gayton because he cannot be trusted. He's propping the ANC up. They are the partners. They are the ones that trust each other.
Gosh, Professor Gumede has got a lot of work to do.
But why is Gayton McKenzie making it so hard for John Steeunhuisen to get his points across? Why is it making it so hard for John Steeunhuisen to get his points across?
A lot of therapy work.
Vote PA, get ANC. Yeah. That's the message. Yeah. Vote for the PA, you will get the ANC.
Okay, John, thank you. We have heard you. Gayton, we're going to give you literally a minute.
All right, now, it's fine, when this man can lie so openly while I'm here. It's so shocking. The reason why he does not want the PA, last night, we beat him again in Mfuleni. We beat him in Parkdene. We beat him in Kensington. We took El Dorado Park from him. We took Rega Park from him. I didn't get into politics to be a friend of the DA and an enemy of the ANC. I got into politics to get into power so I can change the lives of our people. Now he can't tell me I must do his principles. I must now do his principles. And if I don't go with my way or the highway, that belongs pre-1994.
I think, again, John Steeunhuisen, what John Steeunhuisen is saying is that, of course, you do have your own principles. Of course, the Patriotic Alliance have your own principles. But your own principles are flawed because you said that you are willing to work with whoever is offering you something big. That's why they say that, man, your principles are flawed. They say that they are not saying that you cannot come with your own principles, but if your own principles are saying that if the African National Congress places a bigger check, then I'm going to work with African National Congress, then the DA has a right of accusing you of being morally bankrupt. I think this is what they are saying. They are not saying that you must adopt their principles, but they are saying that your principles are flawed.
He comes and says, Mr. Tabisa has never said to me I must follow his principles. Mr. Mashaba has never said to me. Now here's the last point I want to make in 20 seconds. The nicest, I don't agree with his politics, but one of the nicest people you can ever meet in politics. He's regal, he's a gentleman, he's honest. He's a guy called Musi Maimani. Now if you can't even get along with Musi, how are you going to get along with me? I'm very sorry. The victims are everywhere. Musi, that's one of the victims. A smart man, Mashaba, is a victim of his principles.
Victims are lying all over.
Didn't you hear Mazibuku? That's a victim of his principles. Mbali Tuli, that's a victim of his principles. Mtwa Palazzi, why are they always the dark-skinned people that must do his principles?
Yeah, you have to throw in the racial there just to make your point strong.
I'm getting worried that the bodyguard for Ronald Lamola is sitting behind thinking I'm going to have to remove this guy from sitting between these two people.
So guys, what do you make about this exchange? Because from what I can hear is that the DA is having a problem with Gayton McKenzie because Gayton McKenzie is willing to work with whoever offers a big check. I don't think the DA or Patriotic or the DA or Action SA or IFP is saying that Patriotic Alliance must not come with their own values, but they are saying that if you have values, but these values of yours are saying that you're gonna work with whoever is gonna offer you the biggest check, then it means that we cannot work with you. It doesn't mean that you, as Patriotic Alliance, you must adopt the values of the DA. This is what I'm getting from this conversation. So guys, what do you think about this interaction? Whose side are you on? Are you on the side of Gayton McKenzie for saying that the Democratic Alliance is actually jealous of the fact that the Patriotic Alliance is growing? Democratic Alliance is jealous because Patriotic Alliance is stealing the words that were traditionally Democratic Alliance. Whose side are you on this conversation? Because me personally, I've already told you guys, I thought that looking at where the country is today, all the political parties in South Africa, they would put their differences aside and say, guys, let's work together and get rid of the African National Congress. We are in this position today because of the ANC. Today in South Africa, we have so many political parties because of the ANC. The ANC has destroyed the country. You would think that the fact that the ANC has destroyed the country, all of these opposition parties would be able to say that, guys, as much as we hate each other, can we please try to work together in getting rid of the African National Congress? But it looks like the opposition parties, they hate each other more than they hate the party that is governing the country. And I thought that the opposition parties would be mature enough to say that as much as we don't like each other, can we please work together? This one election, let's just get rid of the African National Congress. Let's make sure that when we talk about the future of South Africa, we don't talk about the future of South Africa with the African National Congress. These people have clearly shown the people of this country that they are not interested in their future. The African National Congress has destroyed a lot of future of South Africans' future. But it looks like the opposition parties in the country, they hate each other more than they hate the party that is governing the country. Me personally, I would love it to see Patriotic Alliance working with the DA. I would love to see all the opposition parties in the country working together and getting rid of one cancer, the African National Congress. After getting rid of the African National Congress, I think the debate would be open in terms of how we are going to take the country forward. This is what I like personally, but I don't know about you guys. What do you think about this interaction? Do you think that the DA, they have a valid point by saying that Patriotic Alliance, they are morally bankrupt because these people are willing to work with whoever brings the biggest check? And I think by saying that whoever brings the biggest check, it means the African National Congress. This is exactly what it means. Do you agree with the DA by saying that these people cannot be trusted? If you vote for Patriotic Alliance, you're gonna get the ANC because Patriotic Alliance, there it is on a couple of municipalities that are drowning. These people have been helping the African National Congress destroy the country. These people have been helping the ANC and the EFF to destroy this country. Or are you on the side of Patriotic Alliance by saying that, no man, maybe the DA is simply jealous of the work of Patriotic Alliance. Maybe the DA is jealous because Patriotic Alliance has been stealing a couple of words from them. Guys, please tell me what you think on the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button. And the most important part, subscribe. My name is Thomas Mabaso. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.
The 360 Experience with Thomas M.